Guys, what are we going to do today? I mean, in the session.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. Let's wait 5 more minutes for everyone to join. So, good evening, everyone. Uh, this is the last session for the Python course. Last TA session and instructor session. There won't be any further. So, how is your preparation going for Enda?
Good, sir.
Good. Okay. So today's session we will
Sir, the mock questions are completely different to the PYQs that I was solving for like in the
uh,
previous term.
mock questions.
Yeah, yes, sir. The mock questions are a little different and tough as well.
OBP, right?
No,
No,
sir, not OPT mock.
mock in the term
And
mock.
term mock. Yes, sir.
Oh, and term. I haven't checked. Let me check.
Like in the previous SEMs, you can find that the PYQs are actually the questions are repeating, but the mocks that I've seen is completely different. I mean, the concepts and all.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
graph. These things haven't been discussed, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's a little confusing.
Mm, but if you understand the code is self-explanatory. Maybe you should try.
Actually, sir, I've tried, but there are a few questions which I have like doubts.
Okay. Okay, give me 1 minute. I will just confirm with my instructor.
Sure, sir.
Okay, we will give the confirmation later. I don't think the mock is only for practice and to test your understanding skills. So it won't be like that. The end term will be like a previous term question papers only. Uh, so if you've gone through the previous term question papers, it will be same as the graded assignments. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. That's clear. Then I don't think there's big need to solve the mocks, right?
If you solve, it will be good for your understanding.
Actually, I've solved, but there are a few questions which I had a lot of doubts. So,
Okay, can you tell me like question number? I will just go through it.
sir, the question number nine,
9.
where there was a function SL and
First element which is consecutive repeated more than one time in the
question number nine, sir, there was some set of functions are given, and on the basis of that, there are a few questions. I guess three or four questions are there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interim will be based on previous term question papers only. These only for to testing your understanding only. So the agenda for this session is to revise week 1 to week 10. So there will be no week 11 in exam.
Right. So
So let's start with. Uh, so let's go through every week. So week 1 is about the variables and data types, operations and expressions. There are about string also strings. So week 2 more about variables, strings. So if statements, if else, elif, importing the libraries. Week 3. So introduction to while loop, for loop, multiplication tables, range, formatted printing, nested for loop, break, continue, pass. Week 4. Okay, about list, tuples, sets, functions. Week 5, dictionaries, sorting functions, matrix, operations. So iterators and generators, lambda functions, enumerate chip map filter functions. The week 6 is just a refresher. Week 7 is for practice. Week 8 file handling. Week 9 binary search. Recursion. Sorting recursively, binary search using recursion. So all about recursion. Week 10 exception handling, object oriented programming, classes and objects, attributes, inheritance and methods overriding. Uh, Week 11, it is not included in the interim syllabus, so you don't have to. So that's it, week 1 to week 10. Now we will go through every week. So these are basic things like you can print strings, you can define variables and store information in that. You can also take input from user. So I'm just going through. Okay. So if you have any doubt, please stop me. So in the name we are storing variable and we are printing it. So there are also formatted printing. The print has some keywords, separator. So you can separate multiple variables using custom character. And end keyword. So type, by using this type function, you can see what type of object you have or data type you have. So mathematical operations, you can add, subtract, multiply, division for division, remainder operation, exponential operation. If equal to none, type input will be defaultly string. Then we can convert it to float. I mean, uh, if it is convertible, then it will be converted. It will be converted. Uh, yeah, that's it. And we can also do operations. So default input type will be a string. Yeah, week 11 not included. So if statements. So if false, it won't enter. So the empty strings will be also considered as a false. So it won't go through this line. Also, this empty string is not equal to false. Both are considered false expressions. So the if condition won't proceed with these false and empty string as condition. And multiple sentences, multiple lined sentence can have any variable with these triple quotes.
Sir,
Yeah,
could you explain that falsy string again? Which ones are?
yeah. It won't execute this line with the indented if line.
Nice. So if it's empty, if it's an empty string, it's also false.
Yeah, it is also considered false.
Okay, thank you.
And this condition will become false and it won't enter. But the empty string is not equal to false. It is just considered as something false. Uh,
Falsy string.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
So string is we can as every element through their index. So word of 0, it will return first letter, then second, then third, fourth, like that. We can also use negative indexing. Yeah. Okay, I got confirmation from instructor. Uh, the end term will be easy. Okay, not like the mock. The mock is only for to test your understanding. But
So if we are able to solve the PYQs, then
yeah, good to go.
right. Thank you.
Hmm. You can also slice uh, last three characters minus 3 to the rest. You can also slice the string variable. So all these are slicing, and these are stepping. One step, stepping one word at a time, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, no, letters. Sorry, and you can also reverse. So this will be handy. In some questions, they will put like this, and they can ask what will happen if you do for loop over this. So colon colon minus one will reverse the string, and we can also
Sir, this
multiply.
colon minus two will be like jumping back minus two times.
Yeah,
I mean,
it will only take two characters. I mean,
right. In a reverse manner, right?
yeah, here it will go in the forward manner. It will go in reverse manner as I said. Yeah,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
and we can multiply string. Uh, so multiply instance, if the word is apple and if you're multiplying by 5, it will repeat 5 times. Word dot upper, there are some functions, so go through them. So these are self-explanatory. Dot lower, it will convert the word to lower case. Capitalize will only do the starting one capital. So self-explanatory, no need to by heart. And these are some practice questions. Okay, let's go to week 2. So variable, assign variables values to variables. X equal to 5, we are assigning 5 value, the integer type to variable x. Name, string, float, boolean. We can also reassign variable values, can delete variables. To delete both, by using comma, you can delete multiple variables. Variable swapping. So instead of putting temp equal to x, then x equal to y, then y equal to temporary, it is an easy notation. X comma y equal to y comma x. So x will take y value and y will take the x value. So instead of this, uh, we can do like this. So there may be questions regarding this. Okay, so please note. Variable swapping, instead of keeping temporary, they will directly swap like this. X comma y equal to y comma x, and variables will go from x will take y's, y will take x. So note this notation. Syntax. The tuple 1 comma 2 x comma y equal to tuple unpacking. This tuple unpacking. So even after we delete tuple, the values will be hold in x and y. So this will unpack the tuple. What are conditionals? So conditions in Python allows you to execute specific code of blocks of code based on certain conditions. The primary conditions statements or if, elephant, else. So we have a number, and if that number is less than equal to 10, then only print this. But we have 11 and it is greater than 10, so it won't execute. It is as simple as that. Whenever this condition becomes true in this, then only the next indented code block will run. If x is greater than 5, no, it is equal. So if this doesn't work, then go to else. Else is the final one. Yeah, if nothing works in this, if then it will directly go to else part. X equal to minus 300. If x is greater than 5, then print x is greater than 5, because we have negative 300. So it will go to elif and it will check if it is equal to 5. No, it is not equal to 5. Then it will directly go to else block and it won't check anything. It will directly print x is less than 5. So we have some example. It will take some score, and it, according to which range it falls in, it will print the grade. So in nested conditions, in a condition you can again define another one. If x is greater than 5, then you go inside. If x is less than 10, then print x is between 5 and 10. Instead of that, you can print if x is greater than 5 and x is less than 10. Instead of these two, you can put and you can check both conditions at the same time. Multiple conditions. So these are some examples. That's it. And this debugging, error solving, and these are all rectified. So nothing to do here. Okay, let's go to week 3. Any doubts, guys, till now?
No, sir.
Okay, what is while loop? While loop in Python allows code to be executed repeatedly based on condition. The loop continues to run as long as condition remains true. It is useful when you don't know in advance how many times you need to execute the loop. So if you have a list and if you want to loop over it, per loop is enough, because you know the list and the elements in it. And whenever the list becomes empty, you can stop. Whereas there might be some condition where you need to keep running the loop unless the user want to exit, or else certain condition becomes true. So in those cases, we will use while loop. So syntax is like this: condition equal to true, while condition print hello world, and it will keep executing. It won't terminate. There should be a base case where the condition will become false. So that's why we will put count equal to 0 while count is less than or equal to 5. Print count is count and increment the count. So whenever the count becomes greater than 5, then this condition will become false. So count, that is 6, is less than or equal to 5, it will be false. So it will break the while loop and it will print the count. So at 6 it breaks the count. So that's what it is. And while user input is not equal to exit, and enter something, have exit to quit. So and we will show what the user entered. So whenever the user puts exit, then only it will exit. So there is no fixed number of times this will run. It will keep running unless the input is exit. Break is break is used to exit the loop. Break is used to exit the loop prematurely. Uh, if you don't want to go to the next lines, then we will use break, and it will stop and it won't go through the next lines. So you can use this in for loop also. It can be used in any loop. Whereas continuous will continue and it won't print the second line. I mean next rest lines in the same indentation, and it will go to the next iteration. Okay, let's go to factorial. So we can use factorial while n is greater than 1. Yeah, Pranav.
Sir, if there is a nested loop, then the
Mhm.
break will only. How will the break work then?
It will break whole codes. Um, for x in range of 5, for y in range of 6. If y equal to, we will print here. If y equal to 4, then break. Uh, x equal to 3 and y equal to 4. Okay, so in that case only will break. And print anything. Let's print y. So whenever x becomes 3 and y becomes 4, it will stop. Mm, let's print inside also. Print y.
So inside we can print x comma y.
Mm, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is only breaking the inside loop.
Jai Hanuman Ignan.
Only the
Cool.
first, only the inner loop is breaking, right?
Yeah, only inner loop is breaking.
Acha, ठीक.
4, 5. Yeah, for 3 it is not printing afterwards. Okay, so let's go to factorial. N equal to 5 and factorial equal to 1. While n is greater than 1, so we will keep reducing it. We will multiply with the factorial and then we will reduce it. Code executed. We have. So using well, we can find the factorial like this. Okay, what is the
I had one doubt.
yeah, yeah, Prachu.
So like in the for loop, when we write for I in range of let's
Mm-hmm.
say length of list or something,
Mm-hmm.
then in that case, what exactly the value of I becomes? For example, in the list, the I goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, and go on, right?
Mm.
And if we do the same for like let's say a string, there's a value, let's say apple. So
Mm-hmm.
for that, the I value will be like 0, 1, 2, or it will be like A, C, E.
No, it will be the string, right? For I in apple. This is what you are saying, right?
Yeah. For example, there's a string.
It will take every letter, every character, and it will
Okay,
print it.
so it will take APP, right?
Yeah, APPLE.
And for the list, let's say there's a list. So we'll be writing for I in range of that particular list. Then
Mm-hmm.
in that case, the value of I becomes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
No, it will take the elements only.
No, sir. Actually, what I'm saying that let's say there's a code for I in range of list of range of length of value. There's a list,
Yeah,
and when we
if you
write
put
print
len,
I
it will
after that.
be a number, right? Then only it will take numbers.
Okay, and if we write for I in range of list, then it will not take 0, 1, 2, right?
Yeah, range function you have to provide integer, not a list inside it. Yeah, it won't take. List object cannot be interpreted as an integer. You have to pass integer to the range function.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the value of I becomes in this string case, it takes the exact character, while in the list, it takes the element if we use that range function, right?
See, range is a function. If you pass any integer, it will return a list of integers from 0 to that number. Okay, so it will return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So till 9 it will return. So n minus 1, 0 to n minus 1 numbers in a list it will return. So it is equivalent to this, looping over this.
Right, sir.
For I in range of 10 is equivalent to for I in 0 to 9. Is
Okay.
it clear?
Okay. All right. Clear.
Okay, then let's go with for loop. So we have these items. We can, for any variable name in items, we are just going through every item. For x in string, so it will go through every character. For I in range, so range of 5 equal to 0 to 4, as I said before. We can use break, so it will stop when the number will be equal to 5. So as we did before, if there is an nested loop, only inner loop will be broken. Okay. Continue uses. So if you want to skip the rest of the code when num equal to 2, so it won't print that number, but it will print the next number. So 0, there is no 2, 1, 3, 4. Okay, nested loops. Okay, there is a here. Here is the code. When j becomes 3, it only breaks inner loop. Yeah, here it is. So find the sum of all numbers in a list. So just initialize a variable with 0 and go through every number and add into the sum of numbers variable. And that's it. We can also use index to do that. We can also use while and removing first element in the numbers. Well, n of numbers is greater than 0. N of numbers is minus. Okay, that's it about week 3. Let's go to week 4. So list is a collection of items which are ordered, mutable. So this is a list. This is a list with integers, list with multiple data types, and we can access elements using the index, negative index. I hope you all know negative indexing. -1 will return last one, -2 second last one, like that. So we can change items by using index. Dot append to add something, dot insert to add a specific position. can remove item from list, pop, remove the last item, can sort, reverse, find length of list.
Sir,
Yeah.
go a bit slowly with the functions, with the methods. Could you go
So
through? Yeah, the index one, insert one.
dot insert. So if you
Sure.
define any position, like at which index you want to insert, it will insert at that
Mm.
position. So right now the output is apple, orange, cherry, grape, and you
Mm.
want to insert kiwi at the index 1.
Ah.
So it will change the list so that at the one index it will put kiwi. So apple
Mm.
is 0, kiwi is 1.
Mm.
That's
I just wanted to know where, like the sometimes the parameters, if we switch it, it'll turn wrong. Right? So the first the position comes and then the item.
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So dot remove, it will remove the element. Dot pop
That's
will
the
remove the last item.
that's the first instance of orange.
Yeah, first instance of orange. It is similar to dot find. So if you
Mm.
try to find, it will only find the first instance. It will return the index of the first instance. So does the remove. So it will remove the first instance. Dot sort, it will so dot sort will not return anything. It will change the list in place. So if you apply dot sort, it will do in place. So does dot reverse. So it won't return anything. So you don't need to do my list equal to my list dot sort. Okay, looping through a list. So for item in my list, print item. That's simple it is. So let's go through the sets. So this is how you define a set. Uh, Empty set. So set with mixed data types. So if you create a list with a set with multiple, I mean same data, it will remove the duplicates and it will create a set of unique items. So accessing elements, so we can check if two in my set. So it will return if there is if the item in the set or not. So in keyword we will use. So we can add all elements to sets. Dot add. We can also update. We can use dot update to add multiple elements to the set. Dot remove. Dot discard. So if you try to remove which is not there, then it will raise error. But if you try to use dot discard, if the element is not there, it won't return any error. So dot remove dot pop will removes a random item from the set. So set operations. So union, for union we will use this standing line. You can also use dot union. And operator for intersection, minus word difference. This this arrow one upper arrow for the symmetric difference. So just go through them. We can also loop through a set. Let's go through the tuples. So tuples are a collection of ordered elements. Unlike list, tuples are immutable, meaning once you create a tuple, you cannot modify, add, or remove its elements. Tuples are useful when you want to store a collection of items that should not change throughout the program. So if there is any constant values that you want to access repeatedly, then you can use tuples. So tuple will also have mixed data types inside them. Tuple with parentheses. So we can use this syntax to create a tuple without parentheses. Optional. Not a tuple. So if you try to create a tuple with the opening and closing brace, it won't. It will not be a tuple. We have to give comma. If there is at least one element in the tuple, then we have to give comma. Then it is considered as a tuple. So note this. So we can access elements using the index in tuples. Negative indexing also there. We can also slice tuple. It will create a new copy, so you can store it in another variables. Uh, we can change or add or remove elements. Tuple object does not support item assignments if you try to change. So tuple has the methods dot count. So it will have some functions same as list. So dot index. So this is packing, tuple packing. We can define a variable and we can pack multiple elements into that. And we can also do unpacking. A comma b comma c equal to my tuple. So a will take 1, b will take 2, 3, c will take 3. So we can also loop through a tuple. And here comes the list comprehension. So basic syntax is the expression you want to save for item in iterable if condition. So if there is any condition, if it is passing, then by looping over this items in this iterable, we are saving some expression. Let's see some example. Square is equal to empty list for in range of 5. So we are squaring every number and we are adding that into the squares list. So we will use, instead of writing this 1 2 3 line code, 4-line code, we will make it in 2 lines only. So I square for I in range of 5. So this is a simple code to do the same. So instead of 4 lines, we are doing this in 2 lines. So I square, the expression you want to save, and looping over the iterable, and we are saving it. That's it. And using if condition, so even is equal to empty for I in empty list for I in range of 10. If I modulo 2 equal to 0, events dot append I. So we can do the same in list comprehension. I for I in range of, so we are saving I for I in range of 10. If and only if I modulo 2 equal to 0, then only save into the list. That's what we are doing in this list comprehension. And instead of this 1 2 3 4 5 lines 5-line code, we are doing it in 2 lines. Nested loops in list comprehension. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and we are doing in 2 lines. So for I in range of 3, if I is not equal to 1, continue. For j in range of 2, we are adding pairs. So we are doing the same here. I comma j for I in range of 3, for j in range of 5. So 2 loops. This is the first loop and this is the second loop, I and then j. If I equal to 1, if it is not equal, they are continuing, right? So it means if it I is 1, then only we are appending. So that's what we are doing. If I equal to 1, then only add this tuple. So transforming a list. So we are going through every fruit in fruits and converting it to uppercase. That's what you are doing. Fruit dot upper for fruit in fruits. That's it. So that's the use of list comprehension. Combining
Sir,
multiple
can elif be used?
huh?
Sir, can elif be used in list comprehension?
Elif, not sure. Let's try. Range of 10. If uh, invalid syntax, search elif in list comprehension. if else well, yeah, there is else. Okay, let's check this one.
Also,
Yeah,
elif is not allowed in list comprehension.
yeah. So if this condition doesn't work, then what we have to save, that we can save in the cells part. So that's what we can do. So divisible by 2, uh, what we'll do is else 1. Okay, elif is not, we can't use elif in uh, list comprehension. But if you want to save something else, then you can define the starting. So x, if x modulo 2 equal to 0, else 0. Mm, okay, for x in future. Yeah. So if it is even, then only it is showing, or else for odd ones we are putting 0. So elif seems like we can't use.
Sir, if you remove the else on part,
Mm-hmm.
usually we're putting the if after the for loop, right? In this one, it showed that the conditional is before the for loop.
Yeah, in the starting itself. So
Yeah,
we are
but
saving this if the condition is becoming true.
what will happen if we put the conditional before the for loop, like without the else? Will it still work?
Without this, okay, let's check.
Like x
If x modulo 2 equal to 0. Yeah, it will only save,
it doesn't work.
yeah, expected else. Yeah, we have to put
Acha.
some something alternative.
If we have only if condition, then we can put if after for loop.
Hmm. So we can save something else if the condition not matching, but there is no value. 0 if number uh, is even, else 1 if a number is odd, uh, else number for number in numbers. So if it is even, keep 0. If number is odd, then keep the number for number in numbers. Okay, let's go to the next one. Combining multiple conditions. So we can put multiple conditions. So if there is no elif, but we can keep multiple conditions. If I modulo 2 equal to 0, then save it. If the condition is not working, then we can check another condition. So this is what someone has asked right before. So there is no elif, we can use again another if condition. So if any one of them becomes false, then the value will be saved. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So Python functions. So So function, for the function defining, we will use the def keyword followed by function name, parenthesis, and colon. So inside a function, we will write a code that we want to use repeatedly. So function name is the name of the function. Should be meaningful. By reading itself, we would know what will it do. So parameters, the values the function accepts and return. So what is the specific output it will return? So every function will return something special. So basic function, no parameters. So greet, it is printing something. So whenever we call, it will print this. So we don't need to print every time. We just need to call the function, that's it. And it will print. So function with parameters, we are also passing name. And whenever we call the function by passing the name, it will print hello and using this name we provided. So this is a function which will take two parameters a and b, and it will return integer which is the sum of the both numbers. So default parameters, we can give default parameters. If no name is given, then it will print the default, it will use the default value, or else it will use the value we have given. So multiple parameters, okay, again multiplying. So keyword arguments. So here we are defining name and age, and if you pass variables uh, positionally, so we are putting 25. So in the name of 25 we are passing 25, and in the name of age we are passing name. So it will take the variables literally. So in short, to avoid that, we can define variable name and then we can pass value in the function call. So the order doesn't matter. So if you are not using the function variable name, then it will take the values literally. So first one is name, second one is age. Whereas if you define the variable name, then it will take it will use the variable names and it will work fine. So that is so this is the keyword arguments. So there is function scope, local, global. So function will have a local variable scope. So x is 10, and in a function, inside a function we are defining a variable x equal to 5, and then we are printing. So if we call the function x equal to 5, but it won't update, x will be 10 only in the global scope. So this is the local scope. It will x will be defined to 5, and then it will, after printing it, the function execution, it will be reset to the global scope. It will be 10 only. So conclusion, functions are essentials in programming for organizing code, make it reusable. So functions are very useful. So types of function: positional arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, variable length arguments. So these things we have gone through. So position arguments. So first position is name, second position age. With keyword arguments, where you are defining variable name and passing variable values. So default arguments. So there in the function definition itself, if you are giving some keyword argument, then it is considered as default. So if no value is came, then it will take the value given in the function definition. Variable length arguments.
Sir,
Yeah.
no, sorry to interrupt. I have joined late. Is this session for all weeks revision or
Yeah, all week revision.
what
And this is the last session.
Oh, okay.
So variable length arguments. So we can define a function with the star args, and it will take multiple arguments. So add numbers 1, 2, 3. So it will so the function will have the arguments in a list format, and we can do some operations on that. So if the number of arguments is not sure, then we can use the star args. Using quarks for variable length keyword arguments for key comma value in yeah.
What is this star doing?
star. So the syntax it represents the allows function to accept variable of position arguments which are stored in a tuple. So this syntax allows a function to accept variables number of, so we can pass any number of arguments to a function, okay, with this star args in the function definition. So any number of position arguments, and it will be taken as a tuple inside the function, and you can use that. Okay. So here you are hard coding, like there will be two variables, name and age, whereas here it is not fixed. Okay, just remember, like star args will accept multiple positional arguments. So the quarks allows a function to accept variables of keyword arguments stored as a dictionary. So uh, so we are calling a function and we are passing name and values, so it will be taken as a dictionary inside the function and you can work on them. So that's it.
So,
Yeah.
sir, I didn't understood this double star.
So the star args will take all the inputs and will make a tuple. Okay. Whereas this quarks, it will take name and value and it will convert them into a dictionary with key and value, variable name as key and the value as the value. Okay. So just go through week 4. I don't think there will be questions on this args and quarks. So just explaining. So types of function: built-in function, user-defined function, lambda function, recursive function, higher order functions. So length is a built-in function which will take iterable and it will return the count of items in it. User-defined functions, so you can define something by using def keyword. Lambda function, so this is a simple function, anonymous function. So in a variable add, we are creating a lambda function which will take x comma y and it will return the x plus y. So you can call this variable and pass x and y variables and x and y values and it will return the sum, that is 3 plus 4 7. So recursive function, okay, we'll go deep into this in the upcoming week. So recursive function is nothing but calling the function itself in the function itself, calling the function itself in it. So higher order function, yeah.
Sir, can you close the pop-up so that we can see the definition?
Okay. So higher order functions that takes another function as an argument or returns a function as a result. So map, so we will map every element with the function and it will, the function, whatever function returns, it will save the output. So these are the numbers and we are using a square function and we are mapping every element with that and it will be map. So whatever map the map function will return map object, so we have to convert it to a list. For that we are using this list. So remember this, in exam there will might be some question using map and after that we have to convert it to list or else it will be map object. So conclusion: different types of functions allows you to more flexible and powerful functions, while knowing the type of functions in Python help you use them effectively in your programs. Let's go to week 5. Any doubt in week 4? Okay, I guess no. So week 5. Okay, dictionaries. So dictionary is a collection that is unordered, mutable, and indexed by keys. We can think of it as a list, but instead of using numbers as index, we use keys, which can be string, numbers, or tuples. So why we use dictionary? They are perfect when you need to associate piece of data with unique labels. For instance, in a contact list, you can store names as keys and phone numbers as values, and you can easily search a person and person name, and you can get the mobile number and you can call them. So basic syntax. So it will use the curly braces to define a dictionary, and key and value separated by colon. So this is the example: student equal to curly braces. Inside that we are storing name, age, and what are the courses they have taken. So basic operations, you can access variables, access values, student of name, and it will return the name. So same as index, whereas in list we are using integers as index to return the values at that position. Here we are passing the key and it is returning the value associated with that. In student dictionary, uh, the key name has the value Alex, and we can use dot get method, and it will raise keyword key error if the key is not there. Dot get, so we can pass a default value. If the key we are trying to search is not there, then it will return this one, not found. So dot get color, so no color found. So adding and
Sir,
updating. Yeah.
what if the default value is not given and
Yeah,
only the key is given?
if you
Then
that doesn't exist, Python will raise key error. To avoid this, you can use, okay, so if you are trying to get uh, a key which is not there in the dictionary, then it will raise key error. For that we can use dot get method, and it will print none or something if it is not there. But if you provide a default value, it will print that default value. Yeah, Rohan.
Sir, I have one doubt about Anthem, sir.
Yeah, good.
Sir, I got 30% in quiz one. Can I
Hmm.
give makeup exam in next term?
Yeah, if you don't, if you not, I mean, if you are absent for the intern, then you can just repeat the intern if you passed OPP.
Yes, sir, I passed OP in 80 and 40 I got.
Okay, then yeah, you can.
Okay, sir, thank you, sir.
Instead of writing interim alone in the next term, repeat the whole course.
Mm, okay, sir, thank you for. I will repeat the whole course, sir.
Okay. So if you directly try to access the key which is not in the dictionary, it will give key error. For that, we can use dot get method, and it will return none if the key is not there. Or else we can give a default value which will return that default value if the key is not found. So we can also update items same as list. Instead of index, we are using keys to update values. So removing items, we can use dot pop and removes the age key value pair. Delete student of name, deletes the name. Student dot clear, so clear all items in a dictionary. Dot clear will remove all the items in dictionaries. So you can also loop through a dictionary. For key in student, we will loop go through every key. Value in student dot values. The student dot values will return all the values in the dictionary, and student dot items will return a tuple of key and value. For item in items, so we can just go through these collab file. So matrix multiplication, so we can define matrix with dictionary. Oh, no, no, okay, it's a different one. So list of lists, So we are defining dictionaries, and we are performing matrix multiplication for I in range of len of A. We are iterating through every row of A for j in range of len of B of 0, iterating over columns of B, and again iterating through the rows of B. And in new matrix C, we are saving the product of the corresponding elements, and we are storing them. And for row in C, we are printing row. So this is the matrix multiplication. First you need to iterate through the rows of A, then columns of B, then rows of B, then multiply the corresponding elements. That's it. So I will share the this file link. Just go through it.
Sir, you are
Yeah, I'm
giving
sure.
global permission, no?
Yeah, view permission. Yeah, you can view with that link. Iterators and generators. So there are some iterators. So my list, and you can convert to iter of my list. And whenever you call next of the iterator, then only it will return some value. Whereas for loop will continuously loop over everything. Whereas this iter will go to the next element only when you call the next function and pass the iterator. So lazy evaluation, instead of continuous for loop, you can use this lazy evaluation. So generators. So in a function, if you return something, then it will return and it will end the function there. Whereas if you don't want to return something, then you can yield some values. So you have defined a function, and you called it. So after calling next of that function, then it will return first value. Whenever you call the next again, then it will return second value, then third value, like that. So whenever uh, there is no more yield, it will raise stop iteration error. So infinite sequence example. So using generators for loop, so we can yield some value and reduce it, and you can do countdown. Advantages. So lazy evaluation again, and infinite sequence can represent without needing to store all the elements at once. So lambda function, which we've gone through before, enumerate. So enumerate, you are passing some iterable, and it will give index to that values. Okay, it will associate some number with every item in that iterable, and you can start with the default number. So fruits equal to these numbers. For index comma fruit in, enumerate of fruits comma start equal to 1. So it will assign 1 to this first item in this table, 2 to this, 3 to this. So we can see 1 apple, 2 banana, 3 cherry. For this we will use enumerate function. It will just assign numbers. Default it will start from 0, and you can change it to anything. Zip function takes 2 or more iterables, and it will combines them into a iterator of tuples. So name equal to Alice, Bob, Charlie, their corresponding ages. So for name comma age in combined is zip of names and ages, and you will have name and age combined. So it will be like a tuple, and you are extracting it here. So Alice is 25 years, Bob is 30 years, Charlie is 35 years. So it's just combining, and you are looping over them. So map will use another function, and it will convert uh, convert the list, okay, with the help of the function. Whereas filter, whenever the so we are again using a function. If the function evaluates to true, then only the items in this list will be saved, or else it won't be. So we have numbers 1 to 6, and we are using lambda function to check if the x modulo 2 equal to 0, that is even, then only it will return true. So we are using this function to filter over the numbers, and when we call this, I mean when we run this code, it will output 2 4 6, because for these numbers only it will return true. So whereas map will convert every, it will pass every number in this list, I mean every item in this list to the function, and whatever return it will store that. Whereas filter, it will pass every number into the function, and whenever it evaluates to true, then only it will save it, but it won't modify it. Mind that. So this is a combined example, filtering x greater than 20. Before that, it is passing into map number 1, number 2 into this lambda function. Yeah, I'm filtering, and we will have the is this chip off, I guess. Not sure. Okay. So summary, lambda is a one-line function, great for short operations, which we don't need to define another function. Enumerates, adds a counter to iterable, often used in loops. Zip combines multiple iterables and it will produce a tuples of corresponding items. Map applies a function to each item in an iterable, whereas filter will filter items based on a condition. That's it. Weeks, there is no week 6, week 7, there is week 8. Any doubt till now?
No, sir.
So week 8 is file handling. So you can open a file in a variable, file equal to open of, and the file location, and in which type you want to read the file. And after opening the file, if you read a file, it will read every line at a time. At a single time, it will read every line, and it will make the variable empty. Whereas if you do dot read line, it will read one line at a time. So once you run this line, it will read a line, and the pointer will go to the next line. So again, if you run this code, single line of code, it will go to next line, then next line, next line, like that. It will keep doing. Whereas file.read lines will return a list of lines, and you can store it in a list. I mean, you can store the list in a variable, and you can multiple times you can go do a for loop, do some operations on it, like that. Whereas if you do file.read line, then it will go through every line and you can't go back. So that's the disadvantage of this. Any doubt here? I'm not running because I hope you can understand what the line will do. Okay. So file equal to open in the appending mode. So whereas this reading mode, it will open the file and we can only read. If it is writing mode, it will rewrite the whole file. So instead of that, to avoid that, we will use this appending mode opening. So whatever you write, it will be added at the end of the file. So with open of file as writing, file.write hello world, in file.write lines. So this write lines function, which will take a list of or else iterable strings, and it will write them. And dot read lines will return a list of lines, and it will be stored in the lines, and we can see the print lines. For line in lines, line dot strip So it will so dot strip will remove the this backward slash n, that is a new line character. So that's about week 8. Anything left in week 8? Yeah, that's it. These are the basic things: writing mode, reading mode, appending mode. These are the basic things. Let's open week 9. So recursion. So recursion is nothing but simply calling a function inside that again. So we have defined a function, and inside function we are defining calling the function again. So it will keep calling, and it won't stop. Same as the while loop without condition to stop that. So that's what a recursion is. And we have defined a break at 5 function, and we are printing n, and if n is less than equal to 5, then only we are returning each less than or 5, and it will stop there. And we are printing at which stage we gone through. Then again we are returning a function call, that is break at 5 and n minus 1. So it is recursive way of printing numbers uh, from a number n to the till 5. So first we are calling the function with 100. So it gone through the function, and if n is less than equal to 5, it is not, because it is 100. So it will go to the next line, and it is printing break at 5. It is calling a new function, that is 99, by passing 99 value, so n minus 1. Like that it will keep going. So whenever the base condition reaches, so break at 5 and it is passing 5, and in this if condition it is getting in, n is less than 5, it is evaluating to true. That's why it is returning a string, and it will keep going back. So here we have returned the reached less than or 5, so it will go to previous calls, and it will reach to this starting one, and it will print. Okay, that's it. So recursion n to 0. So that's what we are doing. If n is less than or equal to 0, then only return 0, or else keep going back. That's what we are doing in recursion. Factorial, same way. N is less than or equal to 1, then return 1, or else return factorial n minus 1 into n. So here we are going from n to 5, here we are going to n to 0, here we are going from n to 1, and we are also multiplying it. So at the last stage, at the base case, it is returning 1, and that one will be returned, and it will keep going back, and it will multiply all of the numbers from n to 1, and it will return factorial. That's it. So sum to 1, so we are doing sum in the same way instead of multiplying. Sort by recursion ascending. So this is a function, we are passing a list, and if length of L is less than equal to 1, then return L, or else trying to find the minimum 1 and try removing the minimum 1, then returning minimum on the left side, and sort by the recursive ascending order, and passing the L inside it after removing the minimum element. So it will sort the list in the recursive order. Okay, that's it. So we can also put key. If it is ascending, we are adding left side, or else right side for descending. So see, I mean same function using key for ascending and descending both. So reverse list by recursion. So last element, we are reversing the list. Okay, that's it. So 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Recursively we are creating a new list. So descending sort. and we are passing sort by recursive ascending of list into the reversing, so it will become descending, right? That's what we are doing. And sort by recursive descending. Okay, let's go to Fibonacci. So we are defining a Fibonacci function. If n in the base case is 0 and 1, f of 0 is 0, f of 1 is 1. So these are the base case. So if n in this base case, then return n directly, because these are the base cases. If not, then return Fibonacci of n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2. So Fibonacci of 0 is 0, Fibonacci of 1 is 1, Fibonacci of 2 is Fibonacci of n minus 1, that is 1, Fibonacci of n minus 2, that is 0. So 0 plus 1, that is 1. So that's what we are defining here. So the formula as it is. So for I in range of 10, print Fibonacci of 5. So you can see that. So is t in list. So we are using recursion to check if the number is in list or not. So binary search. So just go through the content, and week 10.
Sir, you are on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, week 10. So week 10 is exception handling. So if you are trying to divide something by 0, this is the basic error. So it will give division by 0 error. And then so we'll print the first line. Whenever the error arrives, it won't print the third line. So that's what I wanted to show here. So it is printing high, after that it is not printing by, because of this error it is stopping, and it is not good. So to handle if we there is a way to handle these kind of errors, and it won't obstruct the code. So from re-import error, okay, forgot about this, print high, result equal to x divided by 10. So accept 0 division error. So we are trying something. First we will try something, and while trying, if we got any error, then it will go into this accept block, and we will define some error names, and if it is matching with that error name, then accordingly we will do something else. So whereas here x is not defined, so it will give name error, and it will go into the specific block, variable not defined. Whereas if we define that x equal to 0, then what will happen? Can anyone tell? Right now it gave variable not defined error, so that's why I
It was
defined.
zero division error.
Yeah, it will go
Zero.
into this, right? Zero division error. Yeah, but if I comment it out, then it will give
Error.
zero division error. Yeah, and it is not printing this line, but we want to go through the code. Okay, the error should not cause any obstruction, so that's why we use try and accept. So now the error is caught by this accept, and we are going to the next line. That's it. So without any error, we are handling the errors, and we are proceeding. So that's what we are doing. So x equal to input converting to integer, and if x is less than 18, then you can't vote. So it will raise the error. So 4 years, so you cannot vote. It is giving an exception. So we can also raise errors, custom errors. That's about the error handling. So try and accept, and there is also finally. So we can put in finally. So it doesn't matter what will go, it will always go into this finally block. So this may come in next one. So that's about exception handling, and we will go through the classes. Yeah.
Can you give any arguments to accept?
No. It is except and it is expecting a zero division error. If the zero division error came, then only it will run this line, the indent headline code. Okay.
Okay.
So let's go to the classes. So class is uh, like a blueprint for an object. Okay. So in a class there may be multiple students. So this is a student class, and this is the blueprint for the student class, and we can use this blueprint to create multiple student objects. So this is just one syntax to define multiple. So for example, we have created a student and this init function. So it will be the default function to run when we call this object. So it will take name, class, age and class, and it will save the information with this student. And there is also string function. When we try to print, whatever written in this string function will be printed. And we also defined a function called intro, and it will print hello, my name is name. So we have defined a student variable, and using the student class object, student class, we are creating an object, student object, by passing the name Vishnu and the age 18 and class 10. As like that, in the same order, student 0, we are creating a student with name Priya, age 19 and class 11. So we have two students, student object from the student class. We can print student dot name. Student dot name is Vishnu. Student dot name is Priya. So we can see self dot name. So it is assigning the name uh, we have provided to the variable. Okay, so the self is nothing but the variable. So student dot name equal to name. Student 0 dot name equal to name that we have defined as Priya. Okay, that's why it is printing. That's it. And student dot age 40, we can also modify them, and we can also call the function we have defined to the objects. So student dot intro. So you can see hello, my name is Vishnu. It is printing that, and it is returning empty. You don't need to return. And we need to, so whenever we update, we have to run the code again, okay, or else it won't update. So now it won't give the empty codes. Yeah, that's it. So there is also inheritance. So it is just a theory. Just go through the week 10 last video. So this is simple. Just go through the. So we have defined a student class, right? We can also define a person class. So every person is a student, and every person can be a teacher. So we'll define first person who will have name and age, and again we will define a student by inheriting properties from the person, and we are going to add class for the student, whereas for teacher we can put salary, other things. So these things are covered in this video, inheritance and method overriding. So just go through this video. Yeah, person, student, employee. So like this he is inheriting inheriting properties from other class. So just go through this, and yeah, parent class, child 1, child 2, child 3, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance. So just go through this. Okay? That's it. Any doubt till now? I have shared this Google Drive folder link in the chat. So I hope everything is clear. Week 11 we aren't going because it won't be in the exam. Yes, go ahead if you have any doubt. Okay, I hope you have no doubts. All the best for term. Prepare well
Thank you,
for
sir.
the mock.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So I'm stopping the streaming. Okay, then, thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.